Hello everyone and welcome to a new series, where I hope it does not die off of my laziness called commentary shits. I mainly just riff shit for hell of it, including really garbage videos. So yeah. He'll be looking at some faggots video and we are going to suffer of AIDS of it. Without further ado, let's watch and feel the pain as we progress. You really couldn't use a video editing software? Or even use Windows Movie Maker?
I am going to watch something.
Oh gee whiz. This cheese-it looking retard's gonna watch something. I could not care less what you're about to do. Also, does this guy have a fart fetish? 2 videos seem to include farting and shit, not literal shit by the way. And that second video, Jesus Christ. That literally gave me brain cancer at stage 6.
I'm going to fart on the earth because this is everyone's payback for giving me a hard time. Face my teeth.
I rather die of AIDS than see your teeth. How the hell did he clip those space by going on the street? Is he doing a speedrun out of all things? Also, how did he get so huge in the first place? This go weed is driving me nuts.
5.
You really don't
4,
need to count
3,
down when you're
2,
gonna shit on the
1.
entire planet Earth, dude. He just shat for 1 millisecond. What a world record. Someone get this man a medal. And oh, it's gone. No world record for you. You made the world shrunk and killed it too. Yup, this is deaf weed I am tripping on. Oh Jesus Christ, a police with a cowboy hat appeared out of nowhere.
What do you think he'll do next?
Arrest you, or possible rape the shit out of you, because he appeared out of fucking nowhere lol.
To be continued on way.
Shut the fuck up already, Jesus Christ.
Another update.
BTW, what's up the small uncropped square of message box doing there? I can only imagine what it looked like without the webcam out of the way.
Spooky.
I should have downloaded it that day.
But what day exactly?
So, there is no button. I am going to download one more.
Didn't you suffer from enough crappy operating systems and shit? You should had shut down your PC and actually find something worth very secured via operating systems. Putting this into logic, Windows 95 seems to have a problem with really dumb operating systems made by a goat faggot 10-year-old.
Oh no, look what that text say.
It says, not says, sorry to be the grammar Nazi.
It says installing Life with Coco.
Didn't you tell us to look at it? You didn't have to narrate it by yourself, it's not like we have eyes in the first place.
Who said that?
I don't know, you?
I did.
Wait, why do you guys have the same voice? Now you really need a better TTS site.
Oh no. It's you. I remember you from your errors.
Gotta love how he had to draw the angry eyebrows, kinda funny, if you ask me.
I have defeated your errors, but I did not defeat you yet.
Then what are you waiting for? Christmas? Just make a really cool RPG battle and get it over with after.
I am installing my OS because you defeated my errors.
Magical growing eyebrows.
Now the installation is complete.
Lol, he didn't even put a button there. Sweet laziness, am I right? You did not had to show the video playing at all. God, just pirate Sony Vegas or something. It's not like the Cajuns gonna throw police cars at your face. Does anyone wonder what Beta 1.1 or 1.0 could have looked like, or is it just me?
I am Life with Coco Melon. How are you?
I am not good at all. I am in deep pain watching this video.
I am bad because you installed this OS in my computer.
Too bad, so sad. Install a better operating system, if you want no more random childish creations in the first place.
I am going to the internet. I have no idea why it looks like the internet icon from Losky's operating system.
That literally came from Internet Explorer, you doofus. Look at how the line just stretches and wobbles at being the loading bar. Pretty creative but pretty dumb. It literally crashed when it loaded up a site. Man, this is starting to be Vista level bad now.
Seriously. Not like it is 10 seconds in. What kind of program crashes in 10 seconds?
What kind of retard thinks that a system is the Internet Explorer or Chinese knockoff?
I hate this wallpaper. I want to change it.
Well, do it.
To change it, click on Start.
Helpful, but it isn't really helpful, how you have the same TTS voice for everyone here.
Click on Control Panel.
Low window style change.
Hey. Please give me another wallpaper. No. You can only have COCOMELON rocks wallpaper.
Threaten this douche then.
Now listen, if you don't give me another wallpaper, I will kill all the people who helped you with this OS.
Well, that worked, but won't you kill yourself? I mean, kill only him.
Okay. But I will only give you an boring green wallpaper.
Green is not a creative color.
I am going to watch some videos. All of those videos suck.
Well, search for something that you like.
Why?
Anyone notice a little error at that scene? He literally had a girl voice.
Why?
Why what?
All of those videos suck, except for Roblox Time to Play It.
None of these are videos, these are video games.
Oops.
Ruffled the way he said
I
whoops.
mean games instead of videos.
This dude read my mind. I think this video is cursed.
Sorry about that. Time to listen to some music.
I hope he has some metal. And
lots of spaghetti!
Please listen to my song. I am happy China.
Shut up.
harsh to the Chinese lady, you think?
Time to add a funny picture.
A goat!
Looks like it is stuck in this gate. You must
Is this
find
dude
the key.
playing with this Coco Melon fanboy?
I think the letters can help me. The letters T, R, E, and E.
Tree.
Oh my. The key. That flying Pac-Man took it.
I am expecting a crudely drawn Mario to crash out of nowhere jumping on that Coco Melon guy. Pac-Man has some kind of gravity gun. There's no way he could get that pellet from a key blocking its way. You couldn't bother to draw a key yourself and rip it out from the previous image. Hooray, more laziness. Why are you drawing on top of the image? Now explode. I am pretty sure no random creepy child sings when a computer fucking dies, and I am actually really sure that's not the right screen when a computer also dies.
Oh no. My computer died.
Install a actually good operating system so you won't get shit like this no more. I don't care what Linux distro or Windows version you use. As long as it doesn't have poor security, it's safe.
I have to buy another one, but the bad news, the shop is closed, so no more this OS.
Boo-hoo. It's not like we have other shops that ever closed. And that's the end. Remember, kids. Unlocking May would fuck your computer up quick before your eyes with MS Paint doodling.